a cold, crowded space station at the edge of human space. Humans are poor, tired, and treated as low-rank workers by alien races. The main character, Evan Cole, is a simple human cargo clerk. No power, no rank. He works long hours, eats cheap food, and keeps his head down. The station is tense. Rumors spread about wars, missing fleets, and a shadow power controlling star systems. Evan notices an alien woman sitting alone near the cargo docks. She looks weak, injured, and starving. Other aliens avoid her in fear. Evan hears whispers. "Do not look at her. She brings death." Despite fear, Evan feels pity. During his short break, he opens his lunch, his only meal for the day. After long hesitation, he offers his lunch to the alien woman. The station goes silent. Aliens freeze, humans panic. The woman slowly looks at him. Her eyes are ancient. The alien woman accepts the food. She eats slowly, like she has not eaten in centuries. Evan expects punishment. It never comes. Instead, strange things begin to happen. Station lights flicker. Security systems shut down for a moment. A distant fleet suddenly changes course. The woman speaks for the first time. She thanks Evan, not as a beggar but as an equal. She asks a simple question. "Why did you help me?" Evan answers honestly. "No one should starve." Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. The space station K-17 drift hung in silence near the edge of human-controlled space. It was old. It was cold. And it was never kind. The station was built from dark metal plates, scratched by time and burned by past battles. The lights above the main corridor flickered, never fully bright, never fully dark. The air smelled of oil, rust, and recycled oxygen that had been used too many times. This place was not for heroes. It was for workers. And most of them were human. Evan Cole walked through the cargo level with slow steps. His boots echoed softly against the steel floor. He carried a data pad in one hand and a small food container in the other. His shoulders were tense, his back slightly bent from years of lifting heavy crates. Evan was not important. He was a cargo clerk. Low rank. Low pay. Easy to replace. Around him, alien workers moved with purpose. Tall insect-like beings clicked as they spoke. Heavy-scaled traders pushed hovering carts filled with rare metals. Thin, blue-skinned officials floated slightly above the floor, their eyes glowing as they checked reports. Humans stayed out of the way. They always did. Evan had learned that lesson early. Don't speak unless spoken to. Don't look too long. Don't complain. He reached the end of the cargo corridor and paused. His break timer blinked on the data pad. 10 minutes. That was all he got. Evan exhaled and sat on a cold metal bench near the loading docks. The space beyond the energy shield showed endless black stars, silent and distant. Somewhere out there, fleets fought wars that Evan would never understand. He placed the food container on his lap. Lunch. It was small, a simple protein block, half warm, half dry, cheap food for cheap workers. Evan had skipped breakfast to save credits. Dinner would be the same thing again. He opened the container slowly. That was when he noticed her. She sat on the floor near the far wall, partly hidden behind stacked cargo crates. At first, Evan thought she was dead. She did not move. Her body was thin, wrapped in torn dark fabric that did not match any known uniform. She was an alien woman. Her skin was pale silver, almost like moonlight. Long dark hair fell around her shoulders, tangled and dirty. One arm was pressed against her side, stained with dried dark blood. Her breathing was shallow. Evan frowned. Aliens did not sit on floors. Not on this station. and no one sat alone in cargo level 12. Other beings walked around her. No one stopped. No one helped. Some aliens noticed her and quickly looked away. Others changed direction to avoid passing too close. Evan caught fragments of whispers as they walked by. "Don't go near. She is cursed. Danger follows her." Evan swallowed. He felt it too. Something about her made the air feel heavy. Not fear exactly, something deeper, like standing near a deep ocean knowing how small you are. He looked down at his lunch. 10 minutes. He could eat quickly and leave. That would be the smart thing. Evan raised the protein block to his mouth. He took one bite. Then he stopped. His eyes moved back to the alien woman. She had shifted slightly. Her eyes were open now, staring at nothing. They were dark, deep, and old. Not weak eyes. Tired eyes. Evan's hand tightened around the food. He thought of all the times he had gone hungry, of nights when he lay in his bunk, stomach empty, listening to the station hum. He remembered how invisible he felt. Slowly, carefully, Evan stood up. His heart beat faster. "This is stupid," he whispered to himself. But his feet moved anyway. Each step toward her felt heavier than the last. He noticed how quiet the station became. Conversations faded. Even machines seemed to hum more softly. Evan stopped a few steps away. Up close he could see she was badly hurt. Deep marks crossed her skin, not made by claws or blades he recognized. Old scars covered her arms. This was not someone who lost a fight easily. She looked at him. Her gaze locked onto his face. Evan felt like the stars themselves were watching him. He swallowed hard and held out the food container. He began, then cleared his throat. "It's not much, but you look like you need it." Silence. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then her fingers moved. Slowly, carefully, like she had forgotten how. She took the container. When her skin touched his, Evan felt a sudden chill run through his arm. Not pain, just cold, ancient cold. She opened the container and looked at the food. Her brow furrowed slightly, like she did not recognize it. Then she took a bite. Her body trembled. Not from hunger. From relief. She ate slowly, very slowly, like each bite mattered, like food was not just fuel but memory. Evan stood there unsure what to do. His break timer beeped softly. He ignored it. Around them, the station was frozen. Aliens stared in fear. Humans stared in shock. No one had ever seen a human offer food to a high, unknown alien. When she finished, she closed the container and held it carefully. She looked up at Evan again. "Why?" she asked. Her voice was soft, but it carried. It echoed slightly, as if the space itself listened. Evan blinked. "Why what?" "Why did you help me?" she said. Evan shrugged slightly, uncomfortable. "Because no one should starve." Her eyes widened. Just a little. For a moment, something ancient shifted behind her gaze, like a door opening somewhere far away. "You expected nothing?" she asked. Evan shook his head. "No." Another silence. Lights overhead flickered once. Far away, deep in the station core, systems glitched for half a second. No alarms yet, just a feeling. The alien woman slowly stood. She was taller than Oven now, stronger than she looked moments ago. The weakness was still there, but it was fading. "You are human," she said. "Yes." "Your kind suffers," she said. Oven gave a tired smile. "That's normal." That answer seemed to confuse her. Before she could speak again, the station alarm screamed. Red lights flashed across the cargo bay. Heavy footsteps thundered from every direction. Armed security units poured in, followed by high-ranking alien officials wearing symbols of command. They saw her. And they froze. One by one, The commanders dropped to their knees. Oven's blood ran cold. The alien woman turned to him calmly. "Human," she said softly, "you have fed the power behind the stars." Oven's knees weakened. And the galaxy changed, because of a lunch that was never meant to be shared. The cargo bay stayed silent after her words. Red lights washed over the metal walls. The alarm screamed, then slowly lowered into a warning hum. Armed guards stood frozen, weapons half raised, afraid to move. Oven Cole stood in the center of it all, his heart pounding so hard he could hear it in his ears. He looked at the alien woman. Up close, she no longer looked weak. The wounds on her body were still there, but they were closing, skin slowly knitting together like time itself was bending for her. The air around her felt dense, heavy, as if gravity leaned toward her. "Power behind the stars," Oven said quietly. His voice sounded small. The alien commanders stayed on their knees. Some bowed their heads, others trembled openly. One of them, a tall figure with gold markings across his face, spoke with fear in his voice. "Forgive us, Eternal One," the commander said. "We did not know you walked among us." The woman did not look at him. Her eyes stayed on Oven. "You offered food," she said, "without knowing who I was." Oven swallowed. "You were hungry." That answer again. Something passed across her face, not surprise this time, something closer to wonder. "Stand," she said calmly. The commanders hesitated. "Stand," she repeated. Slowly, carefully, they rose to their feet. No one spoke, no one breathed too loudly. The woman turned fully toward Oven. "My name," she said, "cannot be spoken by most mouths. Your kind has no word for it, but among the stars I am known as Urulpun." The name seemed to ripple through the air. Oven felt pressure behind his eyes, like the universe had leaned closer to listen. "I watch," Urulpun continued. "I balance. I decide when empires rise and when they fall." Oven stared at her. His mind struggled to understand. "You're a god?" he asked. Urulpun tilted her head slightly. "No, gods demand worship. I demand honesty." She gestured slowly around the cargo bay. "For thousands of cycles I have walked among civilizations. I hid my power. I watched how the strong treat the weak." Her eyes hardened. "They failed." The alien commanders flinched. "They built fleets," she said. "They built weapons. They spoke of honor and law, but when I sat starving before them, they turned away." She looked down at her hands. "I weakened myself on purpose," she said. "I wanted truth, not fear." Oven's stomach twisted. "And humans?" he asked. Urulpun looked at him again. "Humans were not supposed to matter," she said. "Your fleets are small, your reach is short, your name is spoken with amusement." A murmur moved through the commanders. "But you endure," Urulpun said. "You suffer quietly, you adapt, and when you have nothing, you still give." She raised the empty food container. "This," she said softly, "was worth more than 1,000 warships." The cargo bay doors hissed open. More officials arrived, followed by hollow projectors that lit the space with shifting images. Across the station, screens turned on. Every level, every corridor. The galaxy watched. Urulpun lifted her hand. Space seemed to bend slightly, like light passing through water. "Let it be known," she said, her voice calm but endless, "that humanity has passed the test no empire could." Across the station, alien workers stared in disbelief. Human workers froze where they stood. Oven's face burned. "I didn't mean to." "I know," Urulpun said. She stepped closer. "That is why it matters." She turned to the commanders. "From this moment," she said, "humans will no longer kneel." The gold-marked commander fell to his knees again. "Eternal One, the balance." "The balance was already broken," Urulpun said. With a simple gesture, star maps filled the air. Lines of light showed fleets, borders, and hidden weapons. Those who enslaved humans, she said, will answer. Some stars on the map went dark. Not destroyed. Silenced. A wave of fear rolled through the room. Oven shook his head. Please, he said quickly, don't punish them because of me. Arulpun turned back to him. You still protect others, she said, even now. She studied him carefully. What do you want, human? Oven hesitated. Power stood before him, real power, enough to change everything. He thought of the workers in cold bunks, of families on crowded colony ships, of children growing up under alien rule. I want my people safe, he said, that's all. Arulpun smiled. It was small, real. So be it. She raised both hands. Across human space, dormant technology awakened. Old ruins lit up. Ancient systems recognized a new guardian. Ships long lost answered silent calls. Humans felt it first as warmth, as hope. Arulpun lowered her hands. Humanity will rise, she said, not as conquerors but as guardians. She turned to the galaxy. Remember this, she said. When the universe was cruel, it was a human who chose kindness. The alarms shut off. The lights returned to normal. The station breathed again. Oven stood there stunned. Arulpun placed the empty container back into his hands. Keep it, she said. It is a reminder. She stepped back. Her form began to glow softly, light breaking through her skin like stars behind clouds. I will walk the stars again, she said, but I will be watching your kind closely. Her eyes met Oven's one last time. Do not lose this, she said. Then she was gone. Not with sound. Not with force. Just gone. The commanders slowly backed away. None met Oven's eyes. None spoke. Human workers stared at him with awe and fear. Oven looked down at the container in his hands. It was just lunch. Years later, humans would stand among the stars. They would not be known for war. They would be known for mercy. And at the center of it, all would be a simple truth. In a universe ruled by power, humanity won by being human. End.